Nightingale said, people with goals succeed because they know where they're going. Makes good sense. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. It doesn't matter whether it's for work or your life. People who have goals have a clear direction to move in, whilst everyone else is effectively stumbling around in the dark. If you don't know where you're going, then how are you going to get anywhere or achieve anything? It makes good sense to work to goals, but setting your goals isn't always as easy as it might sound. As Zig Ziglar said, what you get by achieving your goals is not as important as what you become by achieving your goals. It doesn't always matter if you don't hit your goals. Admittedly, your employer may take umbrage at that, but the fact is that pursuing your goals will change you as an individual. Pursuing your goals will make you more knowledgeable, more experienced, more confident, more self-reliant, and more sure of yourself. And, as I'm sure you'll agree, that's a list that can go on and on and on. Although, having said that, you'll never believe it, but I do advocate pursuing and achieving your goals. Achieving your goals is what makes life interesting, but who you become in the process makes you so much more interesting. The you that you become once you achieve your goals is a more capable you, and as such, you're capable of achieving far more. It doesn't matter if the more that you're capable of achieving is infinitesimally small. Your mind will recognize the difference in you, and it will alter its perceptions of your ability accordingly. I very much doubt that our minds will ever allow us to experience our full potential, but so long as you keep working to better yourself, that doesn't matter. It's important to condition your mind to accept your capabilities, and that comes with achieving goals. The more goals that you achieve, the more capable your mind accepts that you are. I know that I can speak of the mind as if it is a sentient entity that's separate from us. Who knows? Maybe it is. But everything that we do, everything that we achieve and hope to achieve, is dependent upon a mind that's fit for purpose. Your goals aren't just stepping stones along the path of your life. They define you. They make you who you are and who you'll be. Your goals give you a sense of purpose. They give you a reason to get up in the morning, and they provide the stimulus that turned you from a schoolchild to the unique individual that you are today. Right then, enough of my rambling. I think it's time to look at how we set our goals. 1. As I keep saying, you need to know and understand what you want and need to achieve. Don't create wonderfully wordy goals that really don't tell you or your mind anything. Keep it short and simple. You want to be able to say that I want this and know that this is what you want. Yes, it's simple. It provides clarity and understanding. And at the end of the day, that's all that matters. When you have woolly-headed goals, such as the old classic, I want to lose weight, what does saying, I want to lose weight tell you, apart from the obvious, that is? Does it tell you how much you want to lose weight, over what time period, the diet that you'll follow, and what exercise you'll be doing? No. You'd probably valiantly try to lose weight by starving your body of the fuel that it needs without any clearly defined goal or exit strategy. You would bravely carry on until your willpower called it a day and you stop. And let's face it, you'll probably revert to your old practices. Clear and simple wins the day every time. 2. It's important that you remember that, said Lao Tzu, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. It's true. Your journey to your goal begins with a single step, then another, and so on until you've achieved your goal. If you looked at your goal in its far-off entirety, your mind could go, yeah, that's scary. And having determined that, it doesn't want to tackle the immensity of the goal, and it will do its best to put you off from achieving it. When you break down your goal into its component steps, then it looks so much less threatening. By taking it one step at a time, your mind builds up the certainty that with each successful step, you will achieve your goal. That's the theory. In real life, we and life will strive to overcomplicate things. But if you bring it back to basics and one step at a time, then you'll be able to be there to take that final step. 3. I think that deep down, we all love a good challenge. A challenge excites us, it motivates us, and it makes life a damn sight more interesting than just inanely drifting aimlessly along. In order to get the most out of what you're doing, you need something that will test you, something that will grab you by the scruff of the neck and drag you kicking and screaming out of your comfort zone. There is nothing quite so satisfying as something that you've had to work hard for, because then you appreciate both the result and what you had to go through to get there. Some goals will have thrust on us by the nature, some goals we will have thrust on us by the nature of what we do, but there is nothing to stop you from setting yourself a glorious, crazy goal that means something to you too. I've set myself up to help 1 billion people, my guiding principles, and help them to understand their vast potential. So, my friend, what will you do? 4. If you can't commit yourself to your goals, then you need to question yourself as to why you're doing this to yourself. It's easy to say that you'll do something, and at the time that you say it, you really mean to go through with it. And your determination lasts until life kicks in and the going gets rough. You start to struggle, and once that happens, you start to make excuses as to why you couldn't do this, that, or the other. The point will probably come when you start to believe the excuses that you use to justify walking away. Can I start that again, please? Thank you very much. The point will probably come when you start to believe the excuses that you use to justify walking away from your commitment. Then you'll just drift away from your goal, and the next time that you're called on to do something challenging, you'll remember what happened, and you'll find yourself drifting to the sidelines, too unsure to commit yourself again. Every time that you walk away from something without having given your all, it damages you. Maybe just a bit, but all those bits add up, and at some point, you'll find out that you've turned your back on all of your hopes and dreams. When you feel the need to pursue your goals deep inside of you, when you have that emotional attachment to your goals, then you'll have a wellspring of resolve that will help you to get the job done. 5. You need a way to quantify your process, your progress. Otherwise, how will you be able to keep track of your progress? You can easily track how much weight someone has lost. You just put them on your scales. When you have something that will take months or years, it can be too easy to drift off course without your even realizing it. It's only natural to become immersed in what you're doing, but at certain points, either you or a fresh pair of eyes need to take a step back and review your progress. Maybe you're on track, maybe you're ahead, or maybe you're behind. You won't know unless you have some way of tracking your progress. As Confucius said, when it's obvious that goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. If things are going awry, then don't panic. Do as the man said and tweak your action steps, and then resume your forward process. 6. Keep your goals realistic. I'm all for exciting, ambitious goals that stretch the limits of probability as far as it will go. But even I know not to pursue goals where I lack the skills, talent, or motivation. Your pursuit of your goals is a learning process, but you do need the basics in place first. Now take me. I know that I'll never be a rock star. With my shaky hands, I'll never be a surgeon. And with my decrepit carcass, I'm never going to be an Olympic athlete. I can accept my limitations. If I couldn't, then I would be gadding all over the place, trying a bit of this, maybe a bit of that, never taking the time to focus all of my time and energy solely on what I'm good at. If you have something that you quite clearly can't do, but have no way of avoiding it, then delegate it to somebody who can deal with it, or bring someone in. Please don't, whatever you do, valiantly try to do it all yourself. You'll just end up wasting time and resources. Now, you might have the resources that you can waste, but you certainly can't afford to waste your time. When you focus on the possible, you'll find yourself achieving the possible. Focus on the impossible, and your productivity levels might be just a wee bit frustrating. A friend of mine on Facebook has a number of projects that he's working on. He's broken everything down into its constituent parts, and if memory serves, he's ended up with over 5,000 steps. He knows exactly what he wants to achieve, and although he has what sounds like an impossible list of steps to complete, by taking them one at a time, he will get there. As Jim Rohn said, we all have two choices. We can make a living, or we can design a life. For me, this quote from Jim really puts the importance of goals into razor-sharp perspective. Until I came across this quote, I understood the importance of goals, but I had never thought of them in quite this way. So, what do you want from life? What drives you to get up in the morning to face another day of life? You must have an answer, otherwise others will design your life for you. Know what you want, commit to it, and do it. And so, my friend, until the next time, keep living.